Let's head to Hawaii, looking live at Oahu as the Hawaiian Islands brace for back-to-back tropical impacts. Fox Weather is back in Hawaii this weekend, tracking Tropical Storm Moke, expected to bring impacts to the Big Island starting this evening. Fox Weather Senior Correspondent Robert Ray is live in Kona, Hawaii. Robert, people there are still reeling from the effects of Hurricane Lala. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Yeah, about 2 a.m. Hawaii time. Indeed, Melanie and everyone watching, the Big Island is reeling from Hurricane Lala a week ago. Many areas are experiencing mudslides, rock slides, roads that were washed out, and in some isolated spots, nearly 4 feet of rain. But guys, look at this video of the descent into the Big Island yesterday evening, and you take a look at that and you realize how tall the topography here is, the landscape. We've got mountains nearly 14,000 feet, the clouds not even above those areas, and that is the concern, is that more rain from Tropical Storm Moke, even though it is well to the south, well over 100 miles, maybe even 200 miles when it passes the Big Island, that when that rain system comes in, it could cause issues yet again on already complicated and compromised mountainsides and landscapes, with the rain rushing down into areas where there are people that are still out of power. There are homes that are destroyed, and a lot of the vegetation that was ripped up from Lala last week, well, they're trying to remove it from highways like Highway 11. Now, here in Kona, where we are at on the west side of the island, they're only expecting a few inches of rain and breezy conditions, and we're going to move over to Hilo on the east side, where we expect the biggest impacts here later this morning. And we could see, potentially up to a foot of rain, maybe even more in some of those areas. But gosh, guys, look at this video from last weekend from Hurricane Lala and some of the extreme impact conditions that we saw from the water that fell on those mountainsides and came down. Rainbow Falls, which is usually just a beautiful place that people can stop and look at, and it's a waterfall that comes down a little bit more than a trickle. Well, it was roaring. It looked like Niagara Falls last weekend, and some of the rivers and streams exploding because all that water that hits those mountainsides needs somewhere to go, right? So it's got to head down the sides into the Pacific Ocean. And what that caused is roadways to get washed away, homes to be destroyed, businesses that were in bad conditions. And so the folks here on the Big Island that have been going through that in the past week, they're very concerned about this, even though Tropical Storm Moke is going to, again, track very much to the south. All of that rain and breezy conditions can cause extreme impacts in a very fragile landscape. So people are preparing. We're under flood watches. We do expect flash flood scenarios in some of the areas, and that will begin later tonight. Really, the brunt of it will be tomorrow on Sunday. Could last all the way through Monday, unfortunately. Other islands, as the system continues to trek to the west, they may feel some of the conditions, but really where we are at right now, the Big Island of Hawaii will be the highest impacts, unfortunately. Not to mention this week, we've had a lot of tremors that people have felt as far as earthquakes go. That's a constant here on the Big Island with the volcano continually erupting. But when you get a 4.3, 4.5 in the aftermath of a hurricane that came 30 miles to the south of the island, yeah, it puts people on edge. So it's only about 2 a.m. here. We are expecting, when the light comes up later today, for conditions to be minimal. But as the day goes on Saturday, we will start to feel some of those breezy conditions and rains. And then again on Sunday, that is really the game day. And that is why we will move over to Hilo later today. That's on the west side. And we will also take a look at some of the impacted areas from last weekend. Pretty amazing, right? What El Nino can do. I mean, just 2.5 weeks ago, I was here for Hurricane Fausto, which tracked to the north of the islands. And then Lala last weekend, we had our teams here, and then here again with Moke. Amazing. That is what warm temperatures, surface temperatures in the Pacific do, and we should never let our guard down, by the way, and including the Atlantic and the Gulf. This season is just beginning, really is.
Exactly. So much activity going on. I always appreciate your reports when you join us on Weather Command Weekend. And thanks for either staying up late or waking up early with us. Fox Weather Senior Correspondent Robert Ray. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.